Good morning, children. How are you? I had introduced the lesson Resources and Development with its definition and features, and I hope that you had done the assignment and you had read the page very well. Some children had a doubt whether you should buy a new notebook or all these things should be done in papers. So you should buy a new notebook for geography. Do all these assignments, especially questions and answers and one words. When I give such assignments, you should do it in that notebook, and during the reopening day onwards, I'll be correcting it. Okay. So here we are going to learn about the types of resources. Resources can be divided into different types. So first of all, based on its origin, biotic and abiotic resources, based on its exhaustibility, renewable and non-renewable resources, based on its ownership, individual resources, community owned resources, national resources and international resources, based on the status of development, potential, develop, stock and reserves. These are the different types of resources. First of all, biotic resources. These resources are obtained from biosphere and have life. So what is the example? Easy examples. We human beings, plants, animals, fisheries, all these things are biotic resources. I told you we the human beings are also resources only if we have proper education and health, then only we can be economically productive and useful to the nation. Then abiotic resources. Abiotic resources just opposite of biotic, that is abiotic resources are obtained from non-living things. Any non-living things, rocks, minerals, diamonds, all these are examples for abiotic resources. Next one, exhaustibility. So what is meant by exhaustible? Exhaustible means capable of being used up. So otherwise we can say exhaustible resources or inexhaustible resources. In smaller classes you might have studied like that. So based on its exhaustibility, renewable and non-renewable resources. So before that, let me tell you what is meant by exhaustible resources. These two can be set like this also, that is why. Which means exhaustible resources means something that we can be used completely. Inexhaustible means not complete, it can be used constantly. Okay, that is the meaning of exhaustibility. So what is meant by renewable resources? Resources which can be renewed or replenished by physical, chemical or mechanical process, or resources which can be renewed quickly after its usage. For example, so water in the well, it will be renewed quickly, isn't it, once it gets finished. Then solar energy, wind, all these are constant items. Then non-renewable means if we use it completely, it will take millions of years to be replenished. That is non-renewable resources. These resources cannot be renewed or replenished quickly because I had told you all these things in different classes, like 6th, 7th and 8th standard you had studied this. So its formation takes millions of years. Example, petroleum, then coal. What are the derivatives of petroleum? Petrol, diesel, LPG, cooking gas that we use. All these are different derivatives of petroleum. So all these items that we use nowadays were formed millions of years ago. Okay, or millions of years were taken for the formation of these kind of non-renewable resources. So once it gets finished, there will be no such fossil fuels for future generation. Again, millions of years will be taken for its formation. Okay, that is why we should be careful when we use non-renewable resources. Next, on the basis of ownership. based on who are the owners of resources, individual resources, community owned resources, national and international resources. So individual resources, which means that resources owned privately by individuals, means our land, our well, water in the well, our land, farmers land, all these are examples for individual resources. Whereas community owned resources means resources owned by a community or can be used by a community together. For example, public park, picnic spot, burial grounds, all these are not individual, all these are community owned resources. Next one, national resources. In the case of national resources, technically all resources are belong to our nation. Okay, that's why our country has the legal power to obtain or acquire these private land for public good. So what is an example? See, if we take the case of Cochin Metro, before the construction of Cochin Metro, you may remember there were many people who had lived in that area. Many people had their shops. So when the government acquired these land for public good, means that Cochin Metro Rail are used by many nowadays, isn't it? So it was for a public good. So we agreed to the government, and government paid to those people, and they left that area. That's why in that area now Cochin Metro Rail is there. Okay, so that is why our government has the power to acquire these private land for public good, not for the government. No, it is for us. And this land acquisition is done by an authority called Urban Development Authorities. Next, I told you that all resources are belong to our nation, and along with that, oceanic area up to 12 nautical miles are also belong to a country. Okay, so see, this is the coastal area of our country. Okay, so from here to 12 nautical miles, that is 19.2 kilometer, can be used by the government. Okay, so these areas can be used by the government. Additionally, 200 kilometer can be economically taken by can be taken for economic production by the government. So all these areas are known as national resources. Okay, so all the resources belong to our nation is known as national resources, and the country has the complete legal power to acquire it. So is that clear to you? Next one, international resources. So international resources, everything regarding the usage of international resources is controlled by some international institutions. The largest international institution, that is UNO, that is an example. So the oceanic resources beyond, I told you, up to 200 kilometer. See, other than this 12 nautical miles, that is 19.2 kilometer, additional 200 kilometer also can be used by a nation. So beyond that 200 kilometers of oceanic area, without the permission of these international institutions, no country can use. Okay, so no country can use the area beyond 200 kilometer without the permission of the international institutions. So that area is known as the open area. Beyond this 200 kilometer is also known as the exclusive economic zone. So 200 kilometer is known as exclusive economic zone, which means that it's a sea zone prescribed by the 1982 United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea, which means that a state has special rights regarding the exploration and use of marine resources, including energy production from the water and wind. till which area? Till 200 kilometer. Beyond that area is known as exclusive economic zone. Beyond that area, no other country can use. All those areas are international resources. That you understood? So beyond 200 kilometer of oceanic area are international resources. You understood? Yes. This is regarding the division of resources based on the ownership. Next is based on the status of development. Resources can be divided into potential, developed, stock and reserves. What is meant by potential resources? Potential resources are found in a place but not being utilized, which means these resources are found in a place but we are not using it. Okay. Example, in Gujarat and Rajasthan, the western states of our country, that is Gujarat and Rajasthan, there is an enormous scope for solar and wind energy, but these are not developed properly. You understood? So we found it in Rajasthan and Gujarat, but we are not using it. So such, it has the potential. You understood? It has the potential, but we are not using it. So such resources are called potential resources. Next one, developed resources, which means these are we are using it, which are surveyed and we know its quality and quantity for utilization. Utilization means for its usage. So survey is done. We know how much quality it has, what its quantity, all these things we know, but we are using also, but what should I say, its development is completely based on the technology that we have. Okay. Next one, stock. Stock means resources in the environment which have the potential to satisfy human needs, but we do not have the proper technology to use it. Okay. So which means stock is there. Stock is there, but we do not have the technology to use. Example, there is an example given in your textbook, that is water. We know that it's a compound of two inflammable gases, that is hydrogen and oxygen. But we know the technology or the know-how, the knowledge to use it, okay, separately. You understood? You know that our Earth's surface is covered with 70% of water, but imagine we do not have the technology to separate these two gases and use it. Next one, reserves. So what about the reserves? Actually these reserves are the subset of stock, which means that it can be used with the existing technology, but it has not started yet. You understood? So this one, we know that we have that stock, but we do not have the knowledge how to use it. Here, this one, we do not have the technology, so that we have not started it yet. Okay. So we have some resources, and it can be used with existing technology, but it has not started yet. That's about reserves. So read, these two can make some confusions, but if you read that section in your page 2 or 3 times, it will be easy for you to follow. Just underline it properly and read it. Okay. So this is about the types of resources based on origin, ownership, accessibility and status of development. And please read and watch this, read your what pages in that particular chapter very well, and watch this video 2 or 3 times. And the assignment that you have to do from this is I had told you the first page we have the definition and its features. and the second page we have the types of resources. So please make maximum 1 words that you get from these 2 pages. Okay, maximum 1 words that you get from these 2 pages you should make and do write it in your notebook. Okay, thank you.